You've got high blood pressure. This pressure situation is a risk for a cardiovascular event and an early demise. So you're working at bringing it down. The first piece of advice to anyone with blood pressure problems links to salt consumption. In short, eat less salt, a lot less. It sounds quite simple, but salt is one of those ingredients that makes food taste good. It especially makes processed foods taste good, but it also makes real food a whole lot more palatable. Going low salt is not so easy, but it can be done. And for people with high blood pressure, it is highly recommended. So, does it help? The short answer, it depends. If you are someone who is salt sensitive, decreasing your salt intake will lower your blood pressure. If you're not salt sensitive, that is, you're salt resistant, it will do nothing to your blood pressure in the moment. That said, whether you are salt sensitive or salt resistant, it will do something to how insulin resistant you are. No, it won't improve the situation. It will make it worse. This is what a group of researchers from Harvard Medical School recently discovered. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we find out what really happens when you eat too little salt. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. The team enlisted the help of people with high blood pressure that were otherwise healthy and clean living. That is, they weren't smokers, drinkers, or druggers. The cutoff point, the numbers needed to be part of their study, was a blood pressure reading of more than 140 over 90 millimeters of mercury. Normal is 120 over 80. The participants in the study, 389 in total, switched up the level of salt in their diet over a period of 3 weeks. In week 1 and week 3, they ate their salt-doctored dinners, which had been cooked up in the research kitchen. In week 2, they took a break from being lab rats and just ate normally. In one of the weeks, the levels of salt in the diet was high. The other week, the diet was a low salt affair. Seriously low salt. Which diet came first varied. Actually, the high salt number used in this study is pretty close to what the average American consumes. Translated into more understandable numbers, it would be around 4.5 grams per day. To put this in context, health authorities routinely recommend people drop their sodium consumption to below 2.5 grams per day. So in this study, the low salt diet was seriously low. On the morning of day 6 of the week-long diet, the participants were required to begin collecting their pee and to check into the Clinical Research Center for a restful night. The following morning was busy. Before breakfast, there was a blood draw to test various hormones and things. The final squirts of urine were added to their 24-hour urine sample, and blood pressure was taken on 5 separate occasions. So, what happened? A low-salt diet caused insulin resistance in everyone. In 193 patients, the low-salt diet did indeed lower their blood pressure. These people were considered salt sensitives. In the remaining 196 people, blood pressure did not change. So, does the fact that a low-salt diet makes you more insulin resistant matter? Probably. Odds are the reason you've got high blood pressure is because you're insulin resistant. And insulin resistance is implicated in the metabolic troubles associated with cardiovascular disease. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out being more insulin resistant is not a health move. Oops. There is no doubt about it. High blood pressure is a risk for cardiovascular disease, and walking around with your pipes filled to capacity increases your odds of a blowout. But salt is not the bad guy per se. In fact, sometimes salt is even the good guy. It helps to protect you from infections. So rather than taking aim at the amount of salt in your diet, take aim at the real culprit: too much sugar and too much insulin. Candy flossing is a good place to start. Click on the link to learn more about it and begin the journey today to creating better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com, browse our library, or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who's suffering on a low-salt diet? Share this video with them so they know the little white crystal behind their health problems is probably not salt, but sugar. And this is what really needs to be cut out from the diet. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel to catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.